evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Tuesday, the 8th of July, 2025. And we're about 6:45 p.m. Central Time. So in looking at the markets today, the president held another cabinet-level press conference. He had everybody in the cabinet. They brought in the cameras. And this is so different than how other presidents have done this. This is what I love. He's very, very in front of the TV, and you get to hear what he's thinking, what he's saying, and the other people around him, what their thoughts are. And he lets everybody speak if they want to. In fact, he calls them into it. So I think it's nice that it's open. You may not like the man, you may not like his policies, you may love his policies, but I enjoy the fact that he's open, and I don't miss those conferences when he does them, because inevitably he tells you something you didn't know. Today he spilled the beans on copper. Traders were wondering, was there going to be a 10% tariff on copper? Because we import about half our needs. Was he really going to go with 50% like he did on steel and aluminum? And he ended up going to 50%. Now, I've been talking about that with you with the London Metal Exchange squeeze play that's been going on for 3-4 weeks. And what it is London in the first part of the year, up till April or so, they saw their stockpiles drop 80%. Where's that copper going? Well, it wasn't going to a private warehouse. It was being shipped. Why? Avoid tariffs. Get the copper here. Take advantage of the spreads, difference between London, what you can get in the U.S. And today the copper jumped about 92 cents a pound from its low to its high and closed up nearly 13%. Again, the news conference is where that happened. I thought today would be a day for an attempt at Tuesday reversal, and it most certainly was. All day long, most of the indices were trying to go up. The Dow was the weak one. The others were trying to hold on, and you'll see that in a minute. Gold, been under pressure as copper's been gaining on it. You're down hard. You're down 21 cents in copper. But remember, it went up almost $1 a pound. So, you're going to give back a certain amount. Plus, it acts like it wants to climb back into the Bollinger Bands. Bitcoin, interesting, just sideways action. I think it could be basing for a move here. And on the energies, they've come back up near $70 in the Brent and holding, not acting bad. I think it's taken me and others by surprise that they put out more copper in the production that they're doing, and yet prices are coming up. So we will see. Is there, let me say the right grammar, are OPEC members actually meeting their quotas is what this has me thinking as you bring up some of those prices. I have my doubts about it. In terms of news, what you have tomorrow is the Mortgage Bankers Association. You're going to have, and that comes out at 6, their numbers. Wholesale inventories from May, that comes out at 9, so not much going on there. In the afternoon, you'll get the Fed minutes in June, and it'll be the usual thing. I have been of the opinion the Fed will not move in July to do anything, and the way I'm seeing labor markets acting this strong, I think that I'll stay with my opinion there. Tariff announcements. Now, the president always gives us dates that don't seem to gel with anything. Yesterday, he said he might be flexible on that August 1st date. Today, no, there's no flexibility. There's no extensions. August 1st is the deadline. You got to be careful. He also said that between the beginning of the week, Monday, and tomorrow, we're supposed to get a slew of letters that are going to go out to more countries. It's impossible to meet with them. He said that all of a sudden today, the European Union are playing very nice with America. It's his code words for telling you that they're making concessions and maybe they'll get something done. I don't know where we're at, but do be on the lookout for more tariff announcements. Those 14 letters aren't enough. There's going to be another slew. The question again, the guardrails. So far, they're between 25 to 40%. I would imagine a lot are going to fall in that range. We will see what that does. All right, so let's go to the chart action and see what we have. On the S&P, you're down for the week, 0.84% so far, 53 points. When we look at the market, as I said, it fought today either side of unchanged. And as it turned out at the end of the day, it finished out down 4 points. But if you were watching it during the day, you understood just what I was saying there. Now, is this market ready for more of a correction is the bigger question. And if it is, it probably happens if you get under 62.46 and a quarter. That will give you then on this chart pattern lower highs, lower lows. That would break the market, and that's what the swing line would do. And I'm assuming it doesn't get through 62.89 first. If it does, throw out what I just said. It would change the pattern one more time. This next thing is, if it does that, could it be headed back here to the 61.68? I don't know, but that's 100 points lower. So it'd still be friendly because you're over the 18-day average, which keeps the bias up, but that's a possibility. Just not taking out that 62.46 and heading up instead, where might the market go? Why not the 63.69 level? So we're at very important numbers. That's what I want you to understand. That's my takeaway from today's action. And in terms of momentum, you're still embedded. This number would have to close under 79 to get me bearish. Everything else wouldn't matter to me. This is what matters. It's a momentum trade. If it loses the momentum, then I feel confident in saying a run to the 18-day average will be underway. Doesn't mean you have to hit it, but I think it'll make a run to it. When I look at the NASDAQ, fully embedded reading, I know it's correcting. If we step back, I thought today would be a day that the market would fight a little bit. Let's see if I can get this chart. There we go. Got things working. And you finished up 12 points, all right? And nothing stellar. I just didn't think today was going to be a big down day, and that's what it was. Where the market's the weakest is the 30 stocks that make up the Dow, and they were down the hardest today. You still have a bullish embedded reading. If it loses it, tomorrow's the key day for it. If it's going to lose it, it's tomorrow. If it's going to gain back, then it's got to start coming right back now, literally from these levels, and make a move. We'll find out. But if you lose it, you're probably going back to the 43,700 level or so. And in the Russell, well, do we have an embedded reading? You can't count tonight, so let's go back if we could. There we go. Both numbers were over 80 on the close today. Both numbers on Monday were over 80, and both were over 80 the day before. So you have your embedded reading. So what happens now? If the market loses it, maybe it's not the 18-day average, it's the 200. As I've said, there's a shift. Traders are looking for markets that haven't made a move, that they think have a play that can come about, and they're going to the Russell to do it because the other markets are so high and they're not quite certain where to go within them. That's what I'm viewing in the marketplace. In the DAX, I've been waiting. I think I've been saying this for weeks. Are we going to get back to the upper Bollinger Band? We're certainly pretty close. We got to 45.41, 14 cents away from it. You are very overbought. Just be cautious there. In the bond, well, you know, we're back over the 4.4 level in the 30-year, and that's certainly, 10 years, what I saw that. 10-year was doing that. This is getting dragged right along with it. When we look at the 5-year, you can see how you're coming down through here. It's an ugly, ugly market right now in a downtrend. Downtrend means higher yields. So the market is not looking at these tariffs and thinking, oh, they're going to just bring in all this business and we'll be fine. That is not what's going on. You have two different worlds. You got the world where the retail investors buying stocks like there's no tomorrow. And you've got the professional world where they want higher yields in these markets, not lower yields. Remember that. So far, Bill Gross has proven, the ex-PIMCO head, pretty right on what he said. He thought the market wouldn't go much under 4.25. And every time it gets there, it seems to turn back. All right. In the dollar, I look at this as a bear market rally. Bearish because you're still under the 18-day average of closes. So you have to prove this market can get up and stay over that. Otherwise, it was just a bounce off new lows, getting away from being oversold. It has a little more work to do in there. We'll see if the market resumes the downtrend, or at some point, is that it? We have what's called a price count. It's not that it has to hit it. The fifth count is the most unreliable of the counts, but it's an objective. And that's in the 88 level in this market. In the euro, I feel good. I was looking at this market, and if you'll recall, right over here, you lost the embedded reading. And I said, probably going to result in a run now before you get over this high to making an attempt at the 18-day average, wherever it comes in. That's what it's doing. So you're getting that attempt underway. You're overbought, not a spot that I see to do a darn thing with it. We then get to the British pound, which has turned suddenly bearish. And the market, if it can stay under that 18-day average, has opened the door to get back into the 134 level. But think of where this market came from. I mean, we're back here into the 124, 125 level, and the market got up to 138 for all purposes. It owes a bit back. It's got to consolidate this at some point. Bitcoin, I think this market is building a base. I think this whole thing, the sideways action, is interesting for a base eventually. Not a top, for a base. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on that. In the energies, a bear market rally. The bear news came out on the weekend, and we saw that OPEC made its move. It's going to go with 500 and some odd thousand barrels in September, taking market share and putting the market down. They're being very clever. What they want to do, I think, OPEC, is just not put the price up high enough to get U.S. shale producers to turn back on the spigot. And to do that, there's a number, and what they're working on is keeping this probably under $70 a barrel in the WTI oil. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but that's what I seem to smell out of this right now. Gasoline, I'm not surprised. Remember what we said. So before the 4th, you're going to get those low prices, and then the market can come back for the summer driving. And that's it. The gas stations have to refill, and they're going to pay up to refill. In natural gas, still bearish, still plenty of it around. We're not seeing the deals yet for the natural gas, and that's weighing on the market. Every time the president talks, he talks about selling energy, crops, and so on. And in crops, you got to pay attention, all right? It looks to me, we're at contract lows in the corn market. And the weather's so perfect, you could still build on that and get it down to some crazy number here that the market suddenly gets interesting looking. But we're not there yet, and each beautiful week adds a bit more yield to the market. So please pay attention to all that as you work with it. For our offering today, and by the way, did I thank you all? So many of you took advantage of our sale and our research and our products. It goes until midnight today, Tuesday, the 8th, Central Time. So you still have time if you want to do it. But otherwise, you can try our different special offers in here, some of the indicator patterns, the pivot points, the Arun indicator, our charting software. It's all there for you to play with, one and all. So how do you get this done? It's pretty simple. You just go to iraepstein.com, free offers. There's also an icon at the top up here. Give it a click and away you go. I'll see you in the other videos tonight. We'll see if we get more tariff announcements tomorrow, and I'll see you in the morning video. Take care.